The smartest creature on four paws, coyote, prairie wolf, American jackal, trickster, and worthy big game for host Allen Treadwell on this Winchester Legends.
Top of the dam, coyote on top of the dam.
Yep, I got it.
Another one, there's another one right to the left there, do you see it?
Yeah, he just popped out from behind those red bushes. Here they come, get ready.
Where the prairies meet the Rockies under western skies, Treadwell puts the newest Winchester products to the test on one of the wariest of all predators.
Clay, 2 dogs over here.
Howl at him.
Here he comes, here he comes.
Here comes a coyote over a pond dam.
He's right there, go ahead and shoot him.
And he just takes off running. I thought it's now or never.
He's all yours.
It's a far cry from the show me state for Missouri native Allen Treadwell, and it's a first for him here in Colorado as he hunts exclusively for coyote.
Colorado's one of those places. I mean, coming from the Midwest, when you think about coming to the West to come hunting, you think Colorado. Elk, mule deer, antelope. Coming to Colorado is just a special experience. Growing up, it was a trip. It was something you planned for. So to come to Colorado on a hunt, you know, it's pretty special.
And for this hunt, Allen's teaming with Colorado coyote guide and competitive caller, Clay Owens, someone with prairie wolf blood in his veins.
The cool thing about hunting the Front Range of Colorado is, you know, the game is plentiful and the terrain is really conducive to calling coyotes. You got the big valleys and the oak brush and the rim rocks, and you can utilize this terrain to get in undetected so that you can beat these coyotes at their own game.
And we used all that terrain to our advantage. You know, when we're coming into an area to get set up, we could get behind a clump of brush or get behind a tree and get right up on top of the coyotes without them even knowing we're there.
We're also here to help the wildlife. You know, the coyotes really work over the elk calves and the mule deer fawns and the antelope fawns. And so we're just here to do a little predator control and help out all the larger ungulate animals that we can.
Coyote hunting is the perfect thing to do in that off-season lull. Deer season's over, turkey season hasn't picked up yet. Get out and go coyote hunting.
Coyotes are probably the smartest animal on the face of the planet. So they figure out a way to survive in every environment. So when you can get out there and call them in and beat them at their game, that is probably one of the most fulfilling parts about calling these coyotes in.
Along the way, I've been on several hunts where we killed out early, had a few days left to go coyote hunting, but I've never just been on a hunt specifically for coyotes. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm looking forward to hunting with Clay because Clay knows his stuff and I want to learn from him. I want to pick stuff up from Clay that I can take back and use in my everyday coyote hunting.
There's more to this hunt than just bagging coyotes. Treadwell and Owens have 2 brand new Winchester loads to sight in and test out on the toughest of game.
You know, in this hunt, we got a couple of different guns with us. We kind of got the new kid on the block in the 17 Winchester Super Mag, and we got the old trusty standby, the 243. A lot of people, when they think of a 243, they think of a great deer caliber. The 243 is also an awesome coyote gun, especially with Winchester's new Varmint X ammo. I mean, this stuff is built specifically for taking down coyotes.
And with the Varmint X, Treadwell has a whole new rifle in the 243. The Varmint X has a polymer tip, alloy jacket, and lead core, and it will push the wind-taming 243 at nearly 4,000 feet per second for maximum killing power. And now, hunters can enhance their shooting with Winchester's Ballistics Calculator, available online or as an app. Plug in your cartridge, chart its performance, and never be left guessing in the field.
Winchester's come up with the perfect gun, perfect ammunition, perfect bullet for coyotes, and we're gonna try it out. All right, Clay, there's 100 yards on the money right here. Let's just shoot at a time or two and make sure these guns made it through the plane right all right.
Right on top of the bullseye.
That'll put me on at 150. I'm gonna call that good, my man.
Treadwell has the Varmint X dialed in. So it's Clay Owens' turn to put the innovative new Winchester 17 Super Magnum through its paces.
Clay, you're in for a treat. This is the new 17 Winchester Super Magnum. It's just like the HMR, the 17 HMR, but it's a little bit bigger bullet. It's pushing a bigger grain bullet downrange. There's not as much wind drift, not as much drop. This is still a rimfire cartridge, but with centerfire ballistics.
Introducing the 17 Winchester Super Magnum, The new rimfire caliber that blows away traditional rimfire ballistics, including the 17 HMR and 22 Win Mag. At 3,000 feet per second, the 17 Win Super Mag is by far the world's fastest modern rimfire cartridge and a game changer for coyote and varmint hunters. A 10-mile-per-hour crosswind hardly moves the blazing fast 17 Win Super Mag when zeroed at 100 yards. With more velocity, less wind drift, and higher energy than all the others, the 17 Win Super Mag is the most impressive rimfire cartridge ever.
Dead on.
Yeah, that looks good.
As much as I like shooting bullets at paper, I like shooting them at critters with fur on them even more.
You betcha.
With confidence in their cartridges and rifles, Allen and Clay are ready to get out into the fields and foothills to see how long it takes to call in a coyote.
Oh, see, he's going right through down over there. Look way out there.
Down the fence?
He was on the left side of the fence. He's through that hole now. But maybe he has some friends. Let's go try it.
Top of the dam, top of the dam. Coyote on top of the dam.
Here they come. Get ready.
Another one. There's another one right to the left there. Do you see it?
Yep, I got it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Take it.
The Coyotes are on the run in Colorado at the start of Allen Treadwell and Coyote Pro Clay Owen's first outing. So they go in pursuit to find a place to set up.
Let me see if he was by himself, because where I saw him originally was right there. I can't see anymore. I don't see anything. Let's just set up right here. I heard something in the brush. I don't know where they're howling from though. Oh, somewhere. They sound like they're over there, but I can't tell. They're over there somewhere. Means the sound's traveling in. A howl. And then I'll give it a few minutes, then I'll kind of go to some distress sounds.
Top of the dam, top of the dam. Coyote on top of the dam.
Yep, I got it.
Another one. There's another one right to the left there. Do you see it?
Yeah, he just popped out from behind those red bushes. He's walking right along that fence line.
They're going off to the right there.
They're going out of sight there. I can't see him anymore behind the bushes. Here they come. They're gonna come right to us. Get ready.
Here they come. There's another right behind him.
Take it.
This episode of Training Camp is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend.
A little late in the day here at 10:30 trying to call in a coyote, so we're going to see if we can make a duplicate coyote, something that maybe I missed him 2 or 3 times and he's running real fast. One of the hard things to do is actually to shoot something that's moving. That milk jug's going across there, I'm guessing 25 to 30 miles an hour. This is the only way that I know to basically duplicate, a coyote or something that's running. Basically got a window right through there that I've got to get on him. I got to pick up, get onto him, get the crosshairs onto him, get that rhythm and squeeze the trigger off, and hopefully that, that he gets down there. So let's try her. That's too much fun right there. Now we're going to try something different. I'm going to go over there next to the tree and I'm going to get him coming like he's coming flat out to the call. Well, the side shot going sideways, I think, is the toughest. A lot of times he's going to come straight at you, so that could be a difficult shot. So this coyote's going to come straight at us. Hey, if we can hit a running coyote, we know if he comes over here and stands broadside, we stand a pretty good chance of getting him too. So try to practice in the situation that you think you may be hunting in. And if you do, you'll be a more successful hunter.
This episode of Training Camp was brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Treadwell and guide Clay Owens have set up in the brush on a hillside and begun to call, and the coyotes are on the run. Now, the shooting takes an interesting twist.
Right there's the coyote.
Yep, I got it. Here they come. Get ready.
Ready?
Yeah. Taking.
That other one got out of here, didn't he?
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I can't believe they came around the bush that way. I thought for sure they'd cut the wind on us.
I'll tell you what, I don't know which one of us shot first, but we shot just instantaneously,
Yeah.
and that coyote didn't even move.
Yeah.
You know, him and I, you can kind of tell we're cut from the same cloth because when the coyote stopped, it wasn't a half a second between his shot and my shot, and the coyote dropped.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a pretty coyote.
Fur looks good too.
My favorite part is when they're coming in and they're just charging hard. You beat them, they're coming to your call. What a great way to start our first hunt.
The Varmint X ammo is brand new. The Winchester 17 Winchester Super Mag is brand new. And we wanted to kill the first coyotes ever with this ammunition and that gun.
Right.
This coyote's got them both. I can see both the holes right here in the front of him. Both holes are right there.
Perfect. They shot good. 30 yards.
That takes a little pressure off because this weather is going to get bad.
We're supposed to get some serious snow. I think we'll take this thing and we'll take the fur off of this one.
I don't blame you. That is a good goat.
Looks good still.
What does it weigh? 20, 22?
Yeah, probably a 22, 23 pound coyote.
It's a pretty coyote.
Yeah, it is a pretty coyote. Let's drag it up the hill.
The first coyote has been a joint effort between Allen and Clay. Now the weather threatens to roll in with freezing temperatures and possibly end their hunt.
It's 64 degrees right now. In the morning, it's supposed to be 14 degrees with 25-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gust up to 40, 12 inches of snow.
Yeah. All we can do is hope that it makes tomorrow afternoon, if it breaks, good, or Wednesday, we're gonna recoup and we're gonna come out here, we're gonna slam them on Wednesday. That's all I can tell you. We'll keep our positive attitude. See what happens.
So the next day, we know that this big storm's coming in and we're probably not gonna get to go out.
It's really cold. Clay, 2 dogs over here.
He's right there, go ahead and shoot him. He's coming around the other side.
Howl at him.
Day 2 of the coyote hunt brings a fierce winter storm, and host Allen Treadwell and guide Clay Owen watch and wait. But impatience may get the better of them.
So the next day, we know that this big storm's coming in and we're probably not gonna get to go out. You know, we were sitting in the hotel room and we're like, gosh, you know what, maybe we could kill one. Maybe we get out and call one in if we got lucky.
Clearly, this is not what we had in mind for our hunting.
What do you think? You wanna go out and try this afternoon? I mean, we gotta try, right?
Yeah, we gotta try. Alan and I are just trapped in our hotel, nothing to do. Watch the weather, watch the weather, watch the weather. We've had enough. We decided we're gonna go out and we're gonna go hunting.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Put on my camo.
Yeah, me too.
Talk me into it.
Like the postman, Treadwell and Owen aren't going to be stopped by sleet or snow. Question is, are there any coyotes dumb enough to be out in these worsening conditions?
My, what a difference a day makes. Good grief. Yesterday was 66 degrees. The temperature on the truck right there said 9 degrees. I'm afraid we're in trouble here, but we're here and I gotta try. It's really cold.
And we went out and freezing cold temperatures, probably one of the most miserable hunts that I've ever been on in my life.
You know, for vacation, some people go to the beach.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
So much less of an adventure.
So many more people to deal with there.
We walked in about a half a mile to a place where I've called some coyotes before. I thought we'd have some luck there.
At this point in time, we got the electronic calls out because that if he uses the hand calls, he's gonna have to take his gloves off and his hands are gonna freeze instantly.
I broke out that electronic so I could play a little bit different sound for maybe something that they hadn't heard in the last couple days.
And he turns that thing on and it couldn't have been on for 30 seconds and I look up and I see 2 coyotes standing out there.
Clay, 2 dogs over here. Clay, see them?
I got him. I almost do a double take. Look back again to make sure I am seeing what I am seeing because I really didn't have a lot of faith that we were gonna call one in.
I didn't even see them. I thought they'd be up on the horizon, but no, they were right in the brush in front of us, 200 yards. As soon as they stopped, I told Alan, let them have it. He's right there. Go ahead and shoot him.
You ready?
Taken.
He's right there, he's down. When he fired that first shot and that female hit the ground, the male took off.
Let's just hang up. Let's see if I can call him right back. Just hold on.
I was able to stop him once across the draw, and I told Alan, I think I can get him to come back.
Can't see him.
He's coming around the other side.
Howl at him.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
And he just takes off running. I thought it's now or never.
He's all yours.
Yep.
Oh, nice shot.
Woo, baby!
Sweet.
That's why we come out here.
That was awesome, man.
We could have stayed in the motel room. We just freaking doubled, man.
That was awesome.
Good job.
Good job.
I was freezing, didn't really want to give one of them a chance. I had a good rest, put that 243 to use and squeezed the trigger, and the first coyote went down. And the second one runs back around the draw and it stops, but it's through some brush. And Clay's like, hold on, he might come back. And I'll be dang if that coyote doesn't come all the way back through that draw and run right at us. And I put that scope right on him and pulled the trigger and he just cartwheeled.
Look at that. That's a pretty coyote right there.
Boy, look at the spur on that guy. Right there's his broke leg. Broke right at that joint. I seen him in the scope.
He's had a broken leg for a long time.
Like I said, we should have been back in the motel room with the conditions the way that they were. Winds blowing 30 miles an hour out of the north, snow blowing sideways, drifts up to my knees. It was a big relief and a big win because we were out there in the conditions that a lot of people wouldn't have been in, and we were successful doing it.
It was a beautiful location, one of my favorite spots to try to call.
And he comes walking up the bottom and he stopped and looked back at us.
Come here, buddy.
I got him.
On a first-time hunt exclusively for coyotes, host Allen Treadwell's had plenty of highlights to take home. Now, more lie ahead as a new species is added.
We were sitting back looking at the weather, and we really thought the day after that storm was going to be phenomenal because the winds were going to be pretty low. I mean, we had the highest of hopes for the last day thinking that we were going to be able to call in a ton of coyotes.
We figured those coyotes had been pinned down for several hours and they were going to be out and hungry. But the wind was still blowing about 18 to 20 miles an hour that morning.
We're getting ready to go make our first set, and it's cold this morning.
Oh, it's 2 below zero. So on April 10th, we don't expect temperature.
This is
Sure, it's gonna be good.
This is the coldest I've been in all year long. Let's make it pay.
Yeah, let's go start today like we ended yesterday.
After January temperatures in April, Allen and Clay are more than ready to hit it hard and see what they can find. From coyotes to something completely different.
Well, I know we're coyote hunting, but we just happened upon a pretty big prairie dog town here.
Yeah, I think we ought to go out here and try this 17 Winchester Super Mag out and see what it does on a prairie dog.
It should be perfect. You smoked that coyote the other night with it. It's a great round for that. It should be a ball out here.
Yeah, let's go out and check it out.
Hunt, man.
Prairie dog hunting has increased tremendously in popularity in recent years, so no chance to shoot them should be missed, especially with the Winchester 17 Super Mag.
There's one right out there.
Ready?
Oh, that's what carnage looks like.
There's another one way out there. See what it'll do on it.
Just smoked him.
What a
Rolled
shot.
him right over.
You see him out there on the mound? He's got his head down digging.
I hit him. That's a good shot.
There's another one. What is he, right at 100? That's 175 yards.
Oh, I can't believe that. He must have flew like 3 feet in the air.
That particular moment right there when we stopped and we kind of made a stress relief out of shooting these prairie dogs and got to laugh a little bit and pull the trigger and have some fun, kind of rejuvenated us to get back out there and make a few more sets.
Having added the exciting experience of prairie dog shooting to the hunt, Allen and Clay want to go out on a high note, with at least one more coyote brought into their calls.
After we left the prairie dog town, we actually saw a fresh set of coyote tracks going through it, and so we decided to go set up right on the north edge of it, maybe about a quarter of a mile from where we'd been shooting.
We're just getting ready to go make a set, and 2 or 3 cut loose over here howling, trying to locate them up on that hill.
Walking into that setup, it almost reminded me of that first night. A big long draw and a pond dam with brush behind it, and this looked very similar.
We can see good from right here.
This is a good looking spot right here. We got the wind perfect in our face. There'll be a lot of country here that they can hear. Hopefully it works out.
It was a beautiful location, one of my favorite spots to try to call.
Wind switched up on us a little bit. Hopefully they'll come across right there.
We've been sitting there quite a while. I'm starting to get a little discouraged thinking that maybe nothing's gonna come, and look up and here comes a coyote over a pond dam.
Right there, coming over the pond dam.
He's gonna come right at the bottom there. I was pretty excited when Allen saw that coyote pop over that pond dam because as we were walking into that stand, he told me this one was all me, that we needed to see how that 17 was gonna work on those coyotes.
And he comes walking up the bottom and he stopped and looked back at us.
This one's you, buddy.
I got it. Dumped him, just dumped him flat. When that coyote stopped, I planted it with that 17 Winchester Super Magnum right behind the shoulder, and it didn't move a twitch. We were super excited to see how that thing performed on that coyote. I can't believe that little 17. I mean, I was impressed with how it handled those prairie dogs, but it just flattened that coyote. That was awesome.
You know, I think coyote hunting is a good way to learn woodsmanship. Coyote hunting is a good way to hone your other skills, to hone those skills to go out after a big buck or a big bull elk. Coming out and being able to trick a coyote, you could probably use those same experiences to beat a big game animal.
After shooting that coyote with the 17, I was excited to see how exactly the bullet was going to perform. So when we walked down to it, there was no pelt damage at all.
Look how friendly it is.
No hole whatsoever.
Absolutely no hole in it at all.
The thing that surprised me most about the hunt was how fired up I got every time we seen a coyote come into the call.
And when you can call them in and trick them and beat them at their own game, you know, there's nothing like that. It's the best feeling in the world.
We got 30 minutes before sunset. We can make another stand, but if it's all right with you, I would just assume this right here be the last memory I have of our Colorado hunt.
You know, we kind of opted out to just let that last 30 minutes of daylight ride and just go out on a high note.
Well, it was fun. I'll gladly have you back anytime. It was fun.